What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Jay Mid, and look, y'all. Today we are coming back with y'all with another video. Now, look, I don't know about you guys, but I have a major problem with this. Okay. Now, before we do anything, I want to appreciate all y'all for love and support. We are on the road to 5K subs, so y'all make sure to like, subscribe button, and you already know the vibes, glove, motion, all 2025, right? But I have a major problem with this in the 2K community. And you guys might be asking, like, well, what are you talking about? Now, we already covered the news of Staxs Montana being fired by 2K, last week or a couple of days ago, right? We already covered that. But Uncle Demi makes a post on Twitter yesterday, says, I'm still waiting to hear from 2K on why they let the homie Yo Staxs go, right? So I'm getting fed up to where I'm like, bro, now everybody wants to play victim and be like, oh, Staxs, the guy shouldn't have got fired and things like that. But I have a major problem with this. Now, you guys know my last video where I stated and I said, bro, Staxs, what was he doing for the community when he was signed with 2K? So I did a little research myself and I decided to go look. So, by the way, I went on this is his YouTube channel, right? I had to scroll down to find 2K content. I had to scroll down this long to find his 2K content, meaning his recent videos are be, 2K, things like that, right? But I had to go all the way down from, to find Staxs' 2K content. And everything that I found was nothing but my career content, which you guys might be saying, well, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. If you've really been watching Staxs before, you would know Staxs, his content, it was a lot of my career. I get that. What somebody got to understand is when you make that deal or sign with 2K, especially when they look at you like another voice as the community is how I look at it, right? Because they're not just going to sign Staxs, right, for no reason. They signed Staxs because he was a regular person that was being himself, uploading his content, and I was like, yo, this guy, plays the game, does things like that. The community already knows who he is. Why not, make that, opportunity even bigger for him, right? That's just how I look at it. That's my opinion, right? You guys don't got to agree or disagree. But with the community, and this is what y'all are missing, the community wanted to see Staxs, okay, you're signed, you got more connections with 2K than devs. Okay, we want to see more involvement about not only the game, but what you think about the community. Meaning, Staxs got my career content. If I had to keep scrolling and I'm still seeing my career content, which is nothing wrong with that. Remember when I told you guys in the last video, I said, bro, I used to watch Staxs. I remember I told you, I said, bro, I even remember when Staxs had a my career storyline and the my player was named Cam Baker. What is this right here, ladies and gentlemen? What did I tell you guys, right? So anybody that thinks I'm yapping, I'm not, because I knew what I was talking, because I used to watch Staxs, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel sad that he got fired because, bro, when I used to watch Staxs, it was a whole different perspective. He was a totally different person, bro. See what I'm saying? And for anybody that thinks like, oh, 2K is, this same game, y'all not, what is the word? Y'all not entertaining? Well, explain to me how we go from this currently 2K25, right? That's how 2K25, and look at 2K16. Now, when 2K16 came out, I was in middle school, if I'm correct, right? So I didn't get to have the greatest experience like how some of you got to enjoy the park experiences, knowing how to manipulate, use builds, and have these little, what is the word I'm looking for? Metas and things like that. I wasn't able to experience that because I was still young, you know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show I knew what I was talking about. I told y'all that, I used to watch Staxs, right? Another one, same thing, right? But let's get to it. And then here's proof again, what I said, Staxs. I remember we used to make videos of I am mad. Y'all thought I was capping with that too, probably. So I'm just showing y'all for the proof of that. And we're going to get back to Demi in a minute, right? So this just proves to y'all. Y'all think like, oh, Jay, you was yapping. You said you used to watch Staxs, but you bashing him. I'm not bashing him. I'm telling you what it is, bro. How do you think I remember all this? Because I used to watch Staxs, right? Now let's get to Uncle Demi. Uncle Demi is another creator. They, in my opinion, they're really the same person. Uncle Demi and Staxs are really the same people, right? But Uncle Demi is another content creator to where he has connections with 2K. Now, I made a video a couple of months ago, and Uncle Demi was in that video, meaning he was a part of what I was talking about, right? I made a video and I said, bro, I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes to where there's a lot of 2K creators getting paid by 2K that we don't know about, right? And basically in the video, I was showing screenshots of when 2K had a bunch of creators that had like Boom Boom, Demi, some other people. They were just acting like AI characters, right? Like anything they were saying, they would just automatically disagree with what 2K was saying. It's like they weren't themselves, right? But if you look at Uncle Demi's channel, which Uncle Demi, like I said, he has connections with 2K. This guy leaked 2K25 footage, right? And everybody thought he was going to be banned. And then Ronnie comes on and says, "Nah, bro, you're good." So one, I want to pause right there, right? The reason why I want to pause right there is because I could have sworn before NBA 2K24, I don't know if it was, I think it was a female creator, right? Remember there was like a leak or something like that, and they banned whoever the female creator was. I'm not going to say any names, but I feel like some of y'all know who I'm talking about. They banned that female creator for good, and like she stopped uploading 2K content, right? It's like she was done with 2K regardless, right? I find it funny how Demi leaked something, right? And I'm not saying, Demi should have, been banned effectively. I'm just saying I don't find that kind of interesting how Demi leaks a brand new game a day before it's supposed to be leaked, but he gets say, "Oh, you're good, bro. It's nothing to worry about." But we saw before 2K24 was released and we had a female do it, right? Which, like I said, I'm just looking at it both ways. I'm not even looking at it for a gender wise, right? I'm just calling it what it is. That person got in major trouble for leaking it, right? But if you look at Demi's channel, what are you guys seeing? Build videos, right? Now you guys might say, "Well, Jay, just like how Staxs been uploading my career content for years. Demi been uploading, build videos for years." I get that. But once again, when you make that connection, whether you're signed with 2K or even speaking as a voice for the 2K community, the community is what y'all are not hearing me when I says the community wants to see more than you just do build videos. Because now that you're signed and you're representing now of the 2A community, they're like, okay, now we got somebody like Damien who's going to use his voice, right, and talk about, see how he feels about the game and thinks what needs to happen with the game. Instead, we just get build videos from Demi. So it's like, this is why you're going to see people not like Demi, because he does the same thing Staxs does, right? But if Demi were to get fired, or I don't know, is Demi signed out? I'm pretty sure he is. Let's say Demi's fired. I guarantee somebody like Boomer will come out and say like, "Oh, that's messed up how Demi got fired, yada yada." But how can we say that when Demi just upload build videos, just like how Staxs? If y'all catching on to what I'm saying, how we gonna feel sad for Staxs when Staxs just upload my career content, right? How we gonna go say, "I'm still trying to figure out why they let him go"? What was Staxs doing while signed with 2K? I had to scroll this far to find some 2K content from Staxs, right? Had to scroll this far. Let's get back to Demi, right? Once again, the only time I see Demi actually utilizing his voice and speaking not only for the Twitter community, but voicing his opinions are in those Twitter spaces, which I was a listener, by the way, right? I was a listener in most of those Twitter spaces, right? And I remember, this is how y'all know I'm not lying. I remember this stuff because Demi was, a speaker, a co-host in these Twitter spaces. If you were a part of the Twitter community and you were in those Twitter spaces, you know what I'm talking about, right? Not to mention, EJ went last year, and when EJ was in the Twitter space, he was saying, "Am I allowed to say that?" And there was another female creator. She was like, "Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, just stop talking." There are certain things you can't say about the game that 2K, like, you get in trouble for. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why people get disliked in the community. And then I'm gonna get right here, and then we'll talk about the rest of this all together, right? So I found this tweet from Lil Chris 14. If you ever see this video, shout out to him because I definitely agree with what he put. In all honesty, you community folks get jobs and the game still be trash. So it don't really matter who they keep or fire. It really seemed like y'all be in there just kissing, collecting a check. That is exactly how I feel about people that are getting signed by 2K or so-called opportunities by 2K. All of this, how they really felt about the game goes out the window because of that paycheck. Now, I did see somebody also mention it's like, oh, like, well, Staxs had opportunity to, help his family like that. Like, what are y'all gonna hate on that for? Nobody's hating on it, bro. What I'm saying is, and this is my opinion, right? How can we feel sad the fact that he was let go when all Staxs Montana did while signed with 2K was those 2K TV episodes with Evan, not even 2K TV episodes, but those little logo gauntlets and opportunities of them, I guess them giving away copies of the game with it's Evan. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? How are we gonna feel sad as a community when he wasn't really doing anything for the community while signed? And Demi, what I don't understand is I look at them like I said, like nobody can tell me nobody's not getting paid behind the scenes. Because like I told you before, Demi leaked 2K25 a day before it's supposed to be getting released. I remember this because I was doing a live stream and somebody legit said, "Yo, Jay, Demi's cooked." Right? I was doing an IRL live stream and somebody was like, "Yo, Jay, man, Uncle Demi's cooked." I was like, "What you talking about? Like, what happened?" They was like, "Bro, nah, he leaked the game on accident, but 2K, you do that, you're cooked, right?" So I go on the internet and I'm like, "Oh snap, he really did." I'm like, "Oh, Demi, yeah, he definitely cooked." Next thing you know, what, another 24 hours, we see Demi and we see Ronnie 2K basically saying like, "Hey man, you good, I told you, you ain't got nothing to worry about." Why do y'all feel like that's the case? You see what I'm saying? But like I said before, I can guarantee you the community would not have this opinion or feeling if you had Demi or Stax. Just tell you guys how they really feel about the game. Like you don't even gotta diss the game. You could be like, "Yo, listen, I feel like this is the issue with the game, and I think maybe this needs to happen." Just voice an opinion. But instead, when you just drop build videos, when you just drop micro videos, it's like, okay, you're signed with 2K, but we're not seeing that, you using your voice for better, or you actually having an understanding of what the community feels, what needs to happen with the game, right? Now, I know you guys can sort, bro, the community complains every year, but I could have sworn hiring creators was supposed to help that, correct? That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna hire people, meaning the people that 2K hire, these guys are just they're content creators. They're content creators that were themselves, right? So you would think, okay, they get a big opportunity. We may have some connection or opportunities to now the devs know, what's really going on or what needs to happen or just advice. Instead, and we're talking about, putting that display on their channel. We're not talking about, oh, what if they do it behind scenes? That's not enough. We don't know what they're doing behind scenes, but I can speculate there's a check being involved, right? But what I'm saying is the community, and that's the most important part about this. The community. That's why I want to have a debate with the community. I don't want to just have a debate with power because we're going to have our own opinion. I want to have a debate with you guys, right? That's why I said the community. I want the community to be a part of this because the community is a big part of the reason. You see what I'm saying? That changes a lot, right? So, like I said before, when I see the community have these, this type of energy towards sex, I can't feel sad. I understand why they're frustrated. I'm frustrated. You guys don't understand. As a child, watching people that you grew up watching, right? And I'm not saying I grew up, like I never was Staxs Montana fan. I'm just saying, as a kid growing up, watching certain content creators and seeing them just not be themselves anymore, right? And you guys say, well, no, that's a part of growing up. It's like, no, dog, I used to watch this dude. He's a totally different person, right? And we see the current situation that 2K has been in the last 3 to 4 years. And that's another part that you guys are not understanding here. It'd be different if 2K was a fun, loving game the last 2 to 3 years. What has 2K been the last 2 to 4 years? It's been a game that's been dying week by week, month by month, and unfortunately year by year, right? So you would think having creators like Staxs and Okademi and whoever else is signed with 2K would try to change that narrative, not only by talking about it on their channel, but actually showing they give a damn about the 2K community. But instead, we don't see that. We just see build videos and my career videos. So it's like, bro, what were you doing? That's why, like I said before, people like Joe Knows. People don't even like Badge Plug, but I feel like Badge Plug, right? Badge Plug understands what's going on in the community. Badge Plug plays the game, right? Nobody said you had to be comp to have an understanding of what's going on in the community or having an opinion about the game. We're not saying that. But it will be nice to see them actually have people who actually are going to load up the game, who are actually going to understand that, yo, listen, this is what's going on right now. I don't know if you guys have an idea of what's going on, but this is still a problem. You see what I'm saying? We weren't seeing that with Stacks, and we're damn sure not seeing with Uncle Demi. Like I said, the only time I see with Uncle Demi is when he's in Twitter Spaces, which we haven't had a Twitter Space, right? Shout out to Jack Butcher if you ever see this video, because he was the one that was hosting them, right? He hosted a lot of them, and I think Red City Boy did too. But I don't know. It's been a little while since they had a Twitter Space, right? But like I said before, it's been a while since they've had a Twitter Space. That's the only time you see Demi seem like he's a part of us as a community, and he actually cares what's going on, right? That is my issue, right? Like I said before, bro, the community is what's most important, bro. See what I'm saying? The community, right? We can't just, oh, like, well, you know, 2K, people are going to buy the game. So, it's not 2K's fault. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because, like I said before, 2K used to be a household name, and now it's like a sad story, bro. See what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of it. I get tired of my DMs like Jay, like bro, 2KB. I can't play more than 3 games, Jay. Like I'm not surprised. But what are we doing to fix that? The people that have these voices to change that narrative of why you can't play the game for more than 3 games or why you can't stay on the game for more than 1 hour, right? Why is it like that? We're not getting anywhere because we have people that are so kind of opportunities, they're not using what they're supposed to be using. It's like, okay, there's a check involved, in my opinion. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to say nothing about 2K because I'm guessing that's what's in the agreement, which I'm pretty sure probably why agent hadn't want no parts to do with 2K anymore, because I guess when you criticize the game, or I guess when you give an opinion about the game, that's breaking protocol, or that's breaking the rule, right? And I don't want to hear no, oh, well, you guys are just speculating. You don't know what's in that contract. Okay, so why haven't we seen any of those things on their channels? I'm not just talking about Uncle Demi or Stack. I'm talking about anybody that signed with 2K. We're not seeing anything of them saying, yo, listen, I think this is an issue with the game. This is the problem with the community. This is what probably needs to be looked at. We're not seeing any of that. You know who I see it from? Badge Plug. Badge Plug not signed. Badge Plug don't even get invited to your community today. But it seems like Badge Plug cared more about 2K than Staxs Montana. And that's sad to say because Staxs Montana has been around as far as I'm concerned. I've known Staxs more than I've known Badge Plug. Why does it seem like Badge Plug, who, like I said, was not partnered with 2K, gives more about 2K than Staxs does? But you see what I mean? Where I speculate that check involved, right? Do you see what I mean? Like Staxs, like, oh, while Staxs was, still signed, like, oh, I'm still getting paid, dog. Like, it is what it is. 2K being a bad game, it's not my fault. I'm still getting a check. Like, bro, it shouldn't be about the check. It should be about, yo, listen, you built, not just saying, because I remember Staxs used to do story times and he used to play Madden, all types of stuff. He used to play all types of games, right? We're not just gonna say he used 2K to, build a following. Staxs played a lot of games, but 2K became one of his most popular things because he was great in his My Career storylines, things like that, right? I'm not taking no credit away from that. But it just seems like that love and caring of the game and passion and even the like desire of what's going on in the community is no longer there. So like I said, when I see him get fired, I'm not going to feel sad. I feel like Uncle Demi might be next because, once again, what is he currently doing for the community? What is he currently doing using his voice other than build videos? This is not bashing. This is just calling it what it is, bro. See, one thing about me, YouTube, I'm going to call it what it is, bro. See what I'm saying? I'm going to call it what it is. You want to know why I'm going to do that? Because I actually care. Right? Why do you think I have so many rant videos and I get so hostile? Because do I really mean those harsh things? I told you I'm competitive, but you know why I get so hostile? Because I actually care, right? And me using my voice, I get overlooked because people look at it as I'm complaining, right? Like, oh, you mad because you're not getting opportunity. It's not about the opportunity. It's about the fact that this game is a sad situation now, and we're acting like this is the normal. Like every time when 2K's goes in a bad way, oh, people still buying the game, so it's not 2K fault. So you mean to tell me a game drops a game every single year, it gets worse and worse, red flag right there, right? We know people are going to still get the game because it's the only basketball game, right? You're going to tell me that it's the people's fault because they want to play a game they probably grew up watching and they used to have fun on that they're no longer having fun on, right? So instead of actually holding the game and company accountable, We're gonna blame the people that actually, want to enjoy basketball and have fun. That's what we're doing here. You see what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like that's crazy to me. But I feel like some of y'all are doing that because you want to be the next to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I want a logo. I want everything. And I've been told y'all this, which I'm not even gonna go through that again. I already told y'all the real, bro. Right? I told y'all the real. I'm tired of going through that and talking about that logo stuff again. I'm tired of doing all of that. My whole point is, like I said, bro. I don't feel no harsh of what's going on right now, right? But I have a major problem because, like I said, we need more people in the community if we're gonna represent NBA 2K to actually care about 2K and to actually not be afraid to use their voice on 2K. And we don't have that. We don't have that. Instead, we have creators, right? Like me, like WAF 6, like Badge Plug, like Tex. There's a lot of creators. There's a lot of other creators I can mention. Well, I'm getting a phone call. Yo, what up? Hold on. I'm gonna finish the video real quick, and I'm good. Give me a second. But like I was saying, YouTube, we just need to do better. We need to do better. 2K needs to, not even we, 2K needs to do better. Because like I said, this game was not. It used to be a household name. Okay, we all know that. And to see it look like this now, to see, I'm seeing more Twitter posts than devs talking about the game, right? I'm seeing people talking about 2K26, which I was gonna put that in this video, but it's like, no, I'm not doing that because it's the same recycled thing. The game 2K is a bad product. People try to talk about the next 2K. Oh, what should they put? It don't, bro. I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro, and this is how I honestly feel about it. Like, if y'all want to be real, if you look at 2K25, what in your mind makes you think 2K26 is gonna be any better, bro? Like, explain that to me. Please tell me. Because I done told you the direction they're going into, and it's about microtransactions. We're tired of talking about that though, but that's just the real, bro. See what I'm saying? So like, if you really in your mind like, oh, what should they do to get 22? Bro, it's like put the fries in the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, a lot of that's to blame on 2K. But when you have certain people that have opportunities to connect with the devs and use their voice and put it on their platforms, which we're not seeing, that I also blame that as well, right? I feel like people like Staxs, Demi, if they were more aware and actually you didn't even have to make a video. You could have went live and said, okay, chat, 2K community, how we feel about 2K25, right? And if you and people had an opinion, have a Discord, have a conversation. I'm just saying, to just show you care about being a part of a community that you had a part of on your platform growing up, right? Or going up as a content creator. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I got to really say. Other than that, I mean, I already got no score. What you got to say, bro? Hey, Cam. Oh, I was gonna tell you about something later on. That's why I had called you. It's a good thing though. Huh? Yeah, I'm almost done with this video though. All right, bet, bro. All right, love, gang. All right, Chad, that was my day one. But like I was saying, bro, and that's another thing. My day one can tell y'all, like, I'm not telling no lies. I'm not telling no lies. Nobody gets on the game anymore for more than 25 minutes. Might be even less than that. Because that's just how awful it is. The person I just got off the phone, we used to play 2K for hours. Yes, when we were younger, we were kids, we had a lot more energy, of course. But it wasn't even about that. We used to lose 20, not even 24/7, but we were kids. We wasn't gonna win every game. We were still competitive. I mean, me and him had a my team tournament one time. He beat me a couple times. I lost him. I was pissed off. Like it used to be like that, but that was because we were having fun. That fun narrative is no longer here, right? So instead of me, because y'all might like, man, Jay don't stream the game. What am I gonna stream this game for? It's gonna be the same thing. You wanna know why people want me to stream? Because they want to see me crash out. Why they want to see me crash out? Because the same people defending NBA 2K25, they know it's a bad product, but a lot of them are scared to admit it because they feel if 2K finds out they don't like the game, then hell, they're not gonna get that opportunity that they seen Staxs get or Uncle Demi get. I'm on your case. You know what I'm saying? You've been exposed, right? And you don't even gotta say nothing. I already know what it is because that's what y'all do, right? Y'all say, bro, the game not bad, right? Beg me to stream, want to see me crash out. LOL, Jay crashing out. Well, I mean, what you want to see Jay crash out for? Because you know the game is bad. And you know it's bad. So instead of using your voice, you rather see me use mine while seeing me crash or knowing I'm very competitive. So therefore, you like, hey, Jay crashing out. Hey, I know I'm not the only one going through it on this game, but I'm not gonna voice it, right? Because I don't want 2K to know, right? I'm on y'all case, bro. You know what I'm saying? But y'all think I don't know what's going. That's why I laugh a lot. I'm like, bro, y'all think I don't know what's going on? You think I don't know what's going on? I know what's going on. But like I said, that's what I really had a major problem with in the 2 community. So like I said, we could probably get to a couple of comments and then I'm gonna end this video, y'all. Right? But like I said, man, I can't stand it. And that tweet from Lil Chris, that's exactly how I feel about what is going on right now in this 2K drama situation, right? That's exactly how I feel. I see once they get offered that opportunity, everything is like out the window, bro. Like they don't, you're not gonna see the same creator that you used to be watching. You're gonna see somebody totally different because they have no control on what they can really talk about anymore because of that contract, right? And if you think like, oh, but you don't know what that contract says, Jay, look at agent. Why do we think agent? Yes, the same agent from AMP, right? The same agent from AMP, right? Why do we think he left? He literally said whatever was in that contract, he was like, I can't sign it because there's certain things that I want to talk about. I can't say because it's in the little agreement. Now we don't know if they updated the little whatever, contract thing. But as far as I'm concerned, like I just showed y'all, we saw Stax's channel when it came to 2K content, and we saw Uncle Demi's channel when it came to 2K content. And we saw nothing about the community nor of what's really going on with the game. We saw build videos and we saw my career videos. So I rest my case there, right? So now I'm gonna get to some of these comments and I'm gonna get up out of here. And y'all feel free to put any comment y'all want to put. We have a comment from Squad L. You've been playing College football lately? No. As of right now, I don't even have College football on my console. Strictly because I feel like I overplayed it. When I mean like I feel like I overplayed it, I have like at least over 10 characters on Road to Glory. So where like I feel like I overplayed it way too much. I mean, trust me, the game is definitely fun, but when you overplay it, it kind of gets like okay, like I don't play this before. You see what I'm saying? So trust me, like the game is still a great game. I told you that's the only thing with the game is like there's just not much you could do in the game. Like the last time I played college football, it was with my dad. We were playing college football. We were playing the little mud squads, right? So I mean, yeah, we were playing that, but I mean, so we figured out everybody literally has every top card in the game. We realized it became pay to win, which is not a shocker because everybody knows not only an ultimate team, my team, whatever you want to call it, team, right? Microtransaction team at this point, right? It's pay to win. You're gonna have to pay to get the top cards if you want to win. Now, what's crazy is a lot of people on culture right now, Ultimate Team or Mud Squads, they be having all these top cards and they're not that good, bro. Like I remember one time I was out playing this guy. He had like a 99 with Damian Thomas or what was it, a Reggie Bush? And like he was getting lucky, right? Because like the game, I don't know, there was something off, but there was no matchmaking whatsoever. In college football Ultimate Team, it's not a shocker because in Madden Ultimate Team, there's no matchmaking, right? Meaning you could just start playing the game, but you're gonna play somebody with a 99 Michael Vick, a 99 Calvin Johnson, a 99 Jerry Rice. You're gonna play all of these top legend cards, and you don't even have 293 overalls on your team. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, once you guys became once again, it was pay to win. We kind of cooled off of that, but I have like still like multiple clips. If I wanted to talk about college football again and make another video, I have like a bunch of clips so I could do it. But yeah, I don't be on there like that though, right? It's currently not on this console. We'll see how things go later on though. Appreciate that comment though. But yeah, not on my console right now. Not on my console right now. Fortunately, kinda overplayed it. All right. Now we have a comment from Orthodox 12 hours ago. Wish she was on Xbox. Why is that, you might ask? I don't know. Now I did see all cities say there's no delay on Xbox. Does that mean I'm gonna make the transition over to Xbox? No. What I will say, and I still might make a video about this. Why is it that Xbox has no delay but PlayStation does? Now, before you guys put in the comments like, oh, but Jay, I mean, you should have known this because Xbox is way better than PlayStation. No, my whole point, my argument, what I'm trying to get across here is when they introduced crossplay, they should have had everything for that. There shouldn't be, oh, if you play on Xbox, you're not gonna have no delay. If you play on PlayStation, you're gonna have delay. They should have had it figured out. You see what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that later on. But I don't know. Right, now we have a comment from Hat for a Hat. 5 days ago, Power tells the truth, free to play all the way to 99. I don't agree with the prices, but the VC sales literally go up every year. The complaints the community have are valid, but they aren't going to listen if their pockets don't reflect any of the negative stuff said. This once again goes to a this is a comment towards the microtransaction talk that Power had discussions about, which I felt were insane, right? Which, like I said, I want to have a debate not only with Power but with the community because, like I said, is I don't care if people are still, buying the game. They're gonna do that. We know they're gonna do that, right? That doesn't give 2K an excuse to just up the score on a product that you don't see the value at. You see what I'm saying? That's like, if I gotta get an example here, that's like, you have an item that's dirt, right? But because you're the only one with the item, you're gonna up the score even more. I mean not the score, but up the price even more, right? So remember, you have an item that's in terrible condition, horrible. It's not looking good, right? You're the only one with that item. So now, hey, the price, hey, this price gonna go even up more. You're like, nah, bro, that's not in good condition. That's terrible. Like, what you mean the prices are going up? I'm the only one that has this item, though, but it's in terrible condition. So why would I'm not getting the value of the item. You see what I'm saying? I'm not getting the item because it's not in good condition. 2K the last 2 to 3 years has not been in great condition. It's been in the same categories as sleeping and just sitting there, right? As watching paint dry, bro. And I'm not trolling when I say that. Go on Twitch and pull up the viewership for watching paint dry or Minecraft, and we're in the same category as them. See what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad because I used to actually like Minecraft as a kid, but we should never be in the same category as Minecraft and paint drying and sleeping and stuff like that. We should never be in that category. But that's how 2K has not been in good condition the last 2 to 3 years, right? But like I said, we can finish that later on when we have a debate. When I have this debate, which I'm probably gonna plan on having it in a couple of days. Yeah, because like I said, I want to see the community and get their opinion and thoughts on this, right? But yeah, like I said, this is all my opinion, by the way, too. Like, y'all don't have to agree with me if you don't, agree. Like I said, this is my opinion. Like I said, that's the whole point of having a voice, right? I have my own platform. I can use my voice. And it's just how I feel about it. Y'all don't gotta agree with me. Y'all can say, bro, y'all can call me. I don't care what y'all say. It's not gonna change how I feel. It's not gonna change the fact that this video is gonna get uploaded. It's not gonna change none of that, bro. Right? Because it's strictly on how I feel what's going on. And some of y'all probably agree with what I'm saying because I'm putting the pieces together, right? I'm showing y'all the proof. I'm not telling no lies. It'd be different. I'm just talking and I'm not showing you no evidence of anything, right? The only thing I can't say, I don't have evidence of that contract. But like I said before, if you put the pieces together, how is Demi able to leak the game a day before and everything's cool? But when somebody did it the year before 2K24, that person like disappeared for good, got in major trouble, right? Probably not even allowed to go back to the community day as far as I'm concerned, right? See what I'm saying? So, like I said before, bro, that's just my thoughts on it. But like I said, I have a major problem with that in the community. How many minutes or so we got for this video to be over with? Probably like what, 5 minutes? Maybe a couple more comments. Not spending that kind of money would make 2K lower their prices on microtransactions. So not spending that kind of money would spend. Like I said, y'all, I would want to have this debate on live. Okay, I know you guys have your opinions and thoughts. You see how you guys are putting your comments in this topic. When I go live and I have this debate, and when me and Power does something we have to say, or if it's just me, right? And I say, yo, anybody want to come up here and say something to me? Don't be scared. If you type in, don't be scared to, oh Jay, this is how I feel about when this happened. Because the whole point is you guys are being a part of the community. I want to see what y'all got to say. I don't want to just me sit here, I'm talking, and when I say, okay, anybody else got something to say, y'all all of a sudden get scared and quiet. Y'all don't want to, show up and use your voice, right? Which some of y'all trying to figure out, oh, I can't get no subs because you scared to use your voice. You're scared to use something that everybody has, a voice. You're scared to use that because of an opportunity that we already know it probably not gonna take you nowhere, right? But that's all I really got to say, y'all. Like I said, hopefully we can have this debate soon. But that's why I have a major problem to the community right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's your boy Jay Mitt. Other than that, I'm signing out. Y'all have a good one. Peace, man. I'm gone.